Moon's Forgotten Bride, Episode 3, The World That Breathes Back. The glowing portal suddenly expands, bursting outward like a living thing. A shockwave throws Kai backward. Kai hit the ground hard, again. But this time, he didn't get up immediately. Not because he couldn't, because something wasn't right. The light. It wasn't just glowing anymore. It was moving, breathing, pulsing like a heartbeat that didn't belong to this world. The forest bent toward it. Trees leaned unnaturally, branches stretching like they were being pulled. And then, a scream. Not human, not animal, something in between. Kai's head snapped up. What was that? No one answered, because no one knew. The villagers had already begun to retreat, stumbling over each other in panic. "This is wrong. We shouldn't have done this. Shut it down." But the priestess, she didn't move. She stared directly into the portal, frozen, like she was seeing something no one else could. Kai forced himself up, ignoring the pain ripping through his body. His eyes locked on the light. "She's in there." Not a question, a fact. And then the light shifted. Something moved inside it. A silhouette. Tall, still, watching. Kai's breath hitched. "Amara?" The figure tilted its head slightly. Too slowly. Too wrong. The priestess stepped forward suddenly. "No, don't!" But it was too late. The silhouette stepped closer, and the moment it did, the light flickered violently. Then it spoke. "You are not supposed to see me." The voice wasn't loud, but it echoed, like it came from everywhere at once. The villagers screamed, some dropped to their knees, others ran. Kai didn't move. "Where is she?" The figure goes still again. Then it smiled. Not kindly, not humanly. "You crossed before the gate fully opened." Kai's jaw tightened. "I asked you a question." A pause, long enough to feel intentional. Then, "She is being prepared." Kai's heart slammed violently against his ribs. Prepared for what? The figure's eyes. They weren't visible, but somehow Kai felt them locked on him, studying him. "Not for you." That was enough. Kai moved, without thinking, without fear. He charged straight toward the portal. "Kai!" The priestess's voice cracked through the chaos. "If you go now, you'll break it." "I don't care." The ground split further beneath his feet, cracks chasing him as he ran. The wind roared louder than ever. The light pulsed faster, like it was reacting to him, rejecting him, or inviting him. Just as he reached it, a force slammed into him, invisible, violent. He was thrown back again, skidding across the dirt. This time, he didn't get up quickly. Blood touched his lips, his vision blurred for a second, then cleared. The figure inside the portal hadn't moved. "You cannot enter yet." Kai laughed bitterly, pushing himself up slowly. "Then make it possible." Silence. Then, "You are interesting." The priestess stepped forward again, her voice sharp now. "Who are you?" For the first time, the figure acknowledged her. A slow turn of its head. "You remember me." The priestess froze. Her grip on her staff tightened instantly. "No," a whisper, barely audible. "No, that's not possible." Kai looked between them, confused. "What is it? Who is that?" The priestess didn't answer, because she couldn't, because whatever she was seeing, it terrified her, and that alone was enough to shake everyone. The figure stepped forward again. The light stretched around it unnaturally, like it was parting for its presence. "I was forgotten." Its voice dropped, lower, darker. "Just like your kind wanted." The priestess shook her head slowly. "No, we sealed you." "And yet," a pause, it stepped forward again. Here I am. The wind howled violently, the ground trembled harder. Kai stepped forward, placing himself between the villagers and the portal. I don't care who you are. His voice was steady, sharp. Bring her back. The figure tilted its head again, curious. You would command me? I would do worse if I have to. Silence. Then it laughed, low, cold, dangerous. I like you. That wasn't a good thing, not at all. The priestess stepped forward quickly. Stay back, Kai. He didn't. Tell me how to get to her. The figure considered him for a long moment. Then, there is a price. Of course there was. There's always a price, Kai muttered. What is it? The figure's voice softened slightly, almost amused. Your humanity. The words hit harder than anything else that night. The villagers gasped. No, he can't do that. That's madness. Kai didn't react immediately. He just stared. Explain. The figure's smile widened. To enter my world, you must become something it accepts. And that means you will no longer belong here. Kai's jaw tightened. And if I refuse, then you never see her again. Simple, cruel, final. Silence fell again, heavy, suffocating. The priestess stepped closer, her voice low but urgent. Kai, don't! He didn't look at her. If I do this, his voice cracked slightly, but he didn't stop. I can bring her back. The priestess shook her head desperately. You don't understand what you're agreeing to. Kai finally looked at her, and there was something in his eyes now, something darker than grief. Then I'll lose myself. A pause, but not her. That was it. That was the moment everything shifted. The figure inside the portal raised its hands slowly. The light responded instantly, stretching outward, reaching for Kai. Step forward. Kai didn't hesitate. Not this time. Not anymore. But just as the light touched his skin, something else happened. A sudden deep roar, earth-shattering, violent. The ground split open completely. A massive crack tore through the village, separating Kai from the others. From within it, darkness, thick, moving, alive. The figure in the portal froze. For the first time, it looked surprised. That shouldn't be here. Kai frowned. What now? But the answer came before anyone could speak. A hand, long, shadowed, clawed, shot out from the crack in the ground and grabbed Kai's ankle hard, violently, dragging him backward. Ah! He crashed to the ground, claws digging into the dirt as he tried to hold on. What the hell is that? The villagers screamed again. The priestess raised her staff instantly. Let him go! The shadow didn't listen. It pulled harder, faster. Kai's body slid towards the darkness inch by inch. No, no, no! He grabbed onto a root. It snapped. His fingers clawed into the ground. It gave way. The portal flickered violently. The figure inside it stepped forward suddenly. Release him! The command echoed with power. The shadow paused, just for a second. Then it pulled harder, defiant. The figure's expression darkened. You dare? The air shifted again, heavier, dangerous. Then it moved, not stepping out, but reaching through. Its arm expanded beyond the portal, stretching unnaturally as it grabbed Kai's wrist. Now, two forces pulled him, one towards the light, one towards the darkness. Kai screamed, not from fear, but from the pain tearing through his body. Make it stop! The priestess shouted something, but the words were lost in the chaos. The ground continued to split, the wind screamed louder than ever, and Kai was caught between two worlds. Then everything stopped. For one impossible second, stillness, silence. Then Kai made a choice. He let go. Not of the ground, of the light completely. His body went limp, surrendering to the pull. Both of them, the shadow and the figure. And in that moment, the light exploded, blinding, consuming. Everything vanished. Cut to black. Darkness, then faint breathing, not human. A voice, soft, close. You chose wrong. Then another voice, familiar, broken. Kai? Her voice, Amara, alive, but something about it wasn't right at all. If you made it this far, you're officially part of the story now. Like the video if this episode gave you chills. Comment, Kai chose light or darkness. And subscribe so you don't miss episode 4, because next episode, everything changes.